Hi, my name is Jarko Newton, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation. So, what is the stated goal that this foundation has? The main goal of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is to give every person a chance at a healthy, productive life. To do this, they promote innovations that might improve living conditions of people around the world. They do this by taking risks that the private industry might not be able to justify and the public sector can't afford, and they search and look for medical innovations that are not lucrative with people's needs in mind. When we talk about where does it operate, the foundation has operated in 135 countries around the world, and their headquarters are in the US, India, China, UK, Germany, Ethiopia, Nigeria, and South Africa. The contributions they do to each country are separated in six different sectors. The first one being global development, and what they do with global development, what they focus on improving the delivery of high-impact health products and services to the world's poorest communities, and helps countries expand their access to health coverage. And the foundation focuses on global development, which divides into the next categories. They do emergency response, family planning, global delivery programs, global libraries, maternal, newborn, and child health, nutrition, and polio, which is a disease. They also concentrate on gender equality, and this is to achieve gender equality by integrating gender across the foundation's global work and investing in women's economic empowerment and women's leadership, and removing the barriers for women and girls to thrive. The next sector is global growth and opportunity, and it focuses on creating and selling financial services for the poor, global education programs, and water, sanitation, and hygiene. The next sector is global health, and this aims to reduce inequalities in health by developing new tools and strategies to reduce the burden of infectious diseases and the leading cause of child mortality in developing countries. This foundation influences global health in different categories: discovery and transnational science, enteric and diarrheal diseases, HIV, innovative technology solutions, Institute for Maternal, Newborn, and Child Health Discovery, neglected tropical disease, pneumonia, tuberculosis, and vaccine development and surveillance. The next sector will be global policy and advocacy, and this seeks to build strategic relationships and promotes policies that will help advance their goals. For example, development policy and finance, philanthropy, partnerships, and tobacco control. And the last sector is the US program, and this is so it ensures that the United States can learn, grow, and get ahead regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, or family income. And the US program focuses on the next categories. One is economic mobility and opportunity. There is K-12 education programs, pathways, post-secondary success, and Washington State. When we talk about power and what power is within Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, we know that some NGOs can influence people, states, and other actors of global politics. But in this case, for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the power of this organization comes from the most influential couple in the world, that is Melinda and Bill Gates. It is also the largest private foundation in the world. It holding more than $46 billion in assets, double the GDP of Uganda. It has taken private funding for global health to an unprecedented level. It has also critical role in encouraging other millionaires to do the same. The Gates Foundation spends more on global health than every year than most countries. It spends more than the World Health Organization, the WHO. And it is the second biggest funder after the USA. It is also an important contributor to other agencies of the United Nations, like the World Bank and the Global Fund. It participated participated in the Global Vaccine Summit held in June 2020 and made the largest investment to the Gavi Alliance, helping to immunize more than 760 million children. It participated in the Global Nutrition Summit in Milan in 2017. The foundation also helped launch the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation in 2007, one of the best sources of global health statistics today. So, when we talk about legitimacy, what lends to this organization like legitimacy? Like an NGO will gain legitimacy when it complies with national and international laws and operate in accordance with government legislation. They also gain legitimacy from transparency, tangible support, and reputation. The foundation exists as an American private foundation, unlike a public charity. It doesn't solicit funds from the public and doesn't have the same level of legal requirements and reporting responsibilities. The Gates Foundation follows the restrictions and requirements for the government of the USA, such as requirements to annually distribute income for charitable purposes and limits on their holdings in private businesses. According to its website, this foundation ensures transparency by providing information on various of its policies, statements, and unrestricted access, and reuse all of peer-reviewed published research funded by the foundation. They also post their audited financial statements on their website as soon as they become available. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has been given several awards and recognitions, such as the Prince of Austria's Award, the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, the Disarmament and Development, and the Presidential Medal of Freedom, amongst others. It is one of the biggest and most well-known NGOs in the world, and the Gates Foundation gains legitimacy from its tangible support and reputation. There is, however, some criticism, regarding legitimacy in the Gates Foundation, and most importantly, accountability. Inside Philanthropy founder David Callahan, for example, believes that the foundation don't have to prove that they are making good use of billions of tax-subsidized funds. Others criticize believe that the Gates Foundation is not subject to the same levels of transparency as, for example, the World Health Organization, WHO, and therefore has much less legitimacy than this organization. The last topic to end the video that we're going to talk about is sovereignty. And as it had previously been stated, the Gates Foundation has a great amount of power internationally, and with it, it has a great potential to influence a country's domestic affairs. It can be argued that this foundation has more influence in domestic affairs than the WHO and other international organizations, WHO being the World Health Organization, WHO. For example, Million Bay, a food sovereignty activist in Ethiopia, states that the Gates Foundation believes that the best way of helping Africa's poor farmers is by turning them more like American farmers, adopting sophisticated approaches. He argues that these big NGOs sometimes believe that things that have worked in their countries will work in less developed nations. However, this is not always true. He states that in this case, NGOs such as the Gates Foundation have great influence in local politics regarding agriculture and production. We have seen foundations as big as this one have a great influence in the sovereignty of countries around the world. When they decide to support initiative or to choose to invest in one way or developing an industry, they will necessarily influence local politics, especially in developing countries. So that will be it. Thank you, Mr. Scluru, for listening to me, and I hope you love the video, and thank you very much.